Hello, and welcome to the United States Department of Agriculture's Team Nutrition: The Road to Successful Menu Planning training series. This series is designed to help school food authorities and state agencies develop student-accepted menus that meet school nutrition standards and meal pattern requirements. In this training, we'll be reviewing the flexibilities related to the school breakfast program. Let's start with the flexibility that combines grains and our meat alternates component at breakfast. This change gives program operators more flexibility and options to plan breakfast menus that can meet student preferences, help lower added sugars, and be compatible with different meal service models, cost considerations, and other local factors. At breakfast, the required meal components include fruits, grains, and meat alternates, and fluid milk. Therefore, a school may offer grains, meat alternates, or both to meet this combined meal component. This allows popular protein-rich foods like eggs, cheese, nuts, seeds, tofu, and yogurt to be served with or without a grain at breakfast. Let's look at some sample menus. Here's an example of a K-12 breakfast menu from the ABC School District that includes both grains and meat alternates. The district offers a quarter cup of granola and a half a cup of Greek yogurt to meet the grains and meat alternates meal component. Each provides 1 ounce equivalent, which meets the daily minimum food amount and contributes to the weekly amounts. These items are served along with 1 cup of mixed berries and a cup of fluid milk. Let's look at another example. This is a K-12 breakfast menu that only includes a meat alternate item. The district offers 1 hard-boiled egg to meet the grains and meat alternates meal component, providing 2 ounce equivalent, which meets the daily minimum and contributes to the weekly amounts. The menu also provides 1 cup of fruits and 1 cup of fluid milk. Now we're going to move into some frequently asked questions. The first question is there a daily grains requirement? The answer is no. The flexibility establishes a combined grains and meat alternates meal component requirement in the school breakfast program and removes the requirement for schools to offer a 1 ounce equivalent of grains each day. Grains and our meat alternates count towards the weekly minimum requirements. Next question. Is there a limit on how many times you may offer meats and meat alternates at breakfast during the week? No, there's no limit on the number of times you may offer meats and meat alternates at breakfast. However, weekly dietary specifications must be followed, such as saturated fat, calories, sodium, and added sugars. Program operators are encouraged to offer a variety of vegetables, including whole grain-rich items. Let's cover some strategies to offer meat alternates at breakfast. Offering more meats and meat alternates can assist with reducing added sugars at breakfast. Seek student feedback by conducting taste tests of new offerings that include meats and meat alternates. Work with vendors to identify meat alternates that are lower in saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. Plan weekly menus to balance breakfast items that may be higher in saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars with options that are lower. And vary the meat alternates over the course of the menu cycle to provide variety. The Institute of Child Nutrition's Child Nutrition Recipe Box provides program operators with standardized recipes to prepare healthy and delicious meals that meet meal pattern requirements. Here are a couple of recipe ideas that feature meat alternates. We have the Southwest Tofu Scramble. This recipe provides 1 ounce equivalent of meat alternates. We also have the quiche with a self-forming crust. This recipe provides 1 ounce meat alternate. For additional ideas, visit the icn.org/CNRB. Now let's transition to the substituting vegetables for fruit flexibility. Schools are not required to offer vegetables at breakfast and may choose to offer only fruits. That being said, schools are allowed to substitute vegetables for fruit. The vegetable variety flexibility allows schools to offer vegetable subgroups when substituting vegetables for fruits 2 or more days per week. For school year 2024-25, Congress provided schools the option to offer any vegetable in place of fruit at breakfast with no vegetable subgroup requirement. FNS encourages program operators to include a variety of vegetables at breakfast when using this optional menu planning flexibility to expose children to a variety of vegetables. Let's take a closer look using this flowchart to further explain what vegetable subgroup variety requirements would apply based on the number of days they plan to offer vegetables in place of fruit at breakfast. Schools choosing to offer vegetables in place of fruit only 1 day per week may choose to offer vegetables from any subgroup. For example, if a school serves fruit on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and wants to substitute a vegetable for fruit on Friday, then any vegetable can be offered. Schools choosing to offer vegetables in place of fruits 2 or more days per week must offer vegetables from at least 2 different vegetable subgroups over the course of the week. As a reminder, the 5 vegetable subgroups are dark green, red-orange, beans, peas, and lentils, starchy, or other vegetables. Menu planners have the flexibility to decide when and how to offer a variety of vegetable subgroups at breakfast when substituting vegetables for fruit 2 or more days per week. Vegetable subgroups may be offered on any day of the week and may be repeated as long as 2 different vegetable subgroups are offered over the course of the week. Here's a sample menu demonstrating how schools can substitute vegetables in place of fruit 2 or more days per week at breakfast. The vegetables represent 3 different subgroups. Tuesday has salsa from the red-orange subgroup and black beans from the beans, peas, and lentils subgroup. As you can see, there's no fruit offered this day. Wednesday has hash brown potatoes from the starchy subgroup, and Thursday has roasted sweet potatoes from the red-orange subgroup. Here's an example of a breakfast menu from ABC School District that substitutes vegetables for fruit. The district offers 1 hard-boiled egg, 1 cup sweet potato hash brown, and 1 cup of milk option. The hash brown substitutes the entire fruits component, providing 1 cup of vegetables. Now we'll go through some frequently asked questions. The first question is, are schools required to offer vegetables at breakfast? The answer is no. The school breakfast meal pattern requires schools to offer 3 meal components for a reimbursable meal that includes milk, grains, and/or meat alternates, and fruits, which may be substituted with vegetables. Next question, can a school offer vegetables as an extra item in addition to fruits at breakfast? Yes, schools may offer vegetables at breakfast as an extra item. As with all extra foods offered, the vegetables must fit within the weekly dietary specifications. If schools offer 1 or more cups of fruit at breakfast each day, Vegetables served in addition to these fruits would not be subject to the vegetable subgroup variety requirements. Next question. Are schools required to offer the vegetable subgroups at breakfast in any sequence during the week? No. Menu planners have the flexibility to decide when and how to offer a variety of vegetables at subgroups at breakfast when substituting vegetables for fruit at breakfast 2 or more days per week. Vegetable subgroups may be offered on any day of the week and may be repeated as long as 2 different vegetable subgroups are offered over the course of the week. For example, a school can offer hash brown potatoes, which is a starchy vegetable, at breakfast on Monday, provided the school offers a different vegetable subgroup that week, such as carrots, which is a red-orange vegetable, on a different day of the week. Let's cover some strategies to offer vegetables at breakfast. Utilize vegetables to balance menu items with less added sugar. Seek student feedback on new offerings that include vegetables. Work with vendors to purchase fresh and frozen vegetables or vegetable products that are lower in saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. Vary the vegetable offerings over the course of a menu cycle. Here are a couple recipes from the Child Nutrition Recipe Box mentioned earlier that feature vegetables. We have the zesty breakfast potatoes. This recipe provides a half a cup of vegetables per serving. We also have the local harvest bake. This recipe provides a half a cup of vegetables per serving. For additional ideas, visit theicn.org/CNRB. And that completes this session. You can count this training towards USDA professional standards for school nutrition programs, key area nutrition, and training topic menu planning. This training was brought to you by Team Nutrition, an initiative of the USDA Food and Nutrition Service that supports the child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program and the School Breakfast Program. The goal of Team Nutrition is to improve children's lifelong eating and physical activity habits through nutrition education. It does so through training and technical assistance for those preparing and serving meals, providing nutrition education for children, and building support for healthier school and childcare environments. For more information on successful menu planning, please check out Team Nutrition's webinar series, Road to Successful Menu Planning for School Meals. Crediting tip sheets and the food buying guide web pages at the URL and QR codes on the screen. And the many additional resources available, please visit the Team Nutrition website using the URL or QR code. Subscribe to USDA.gov. Thank you.